All right. Hey, YouTube. So, I actually don't recommend that you watch this video because it might be kind of boring. This is the first of two videos. The second video, I will put a link here. But this video is going to be boring, maybe, because I'm just going to kind of sit here and talk to the camera for several minutes straight. And that may or may not be interesting. It might be. You can watch it if you want to. It's more of an exercise for me to make the video. It's a great idea to make a video like this as your first video because there's no you don't want to be stuck in a decision loop or not perfectionism loop for a long time before you make your first video. Honestly, I think the best first video is just you turn on the camera, you say, hello YouTube, and then you turn off the camera and you upload that. I would recommend doing that because you just, once you have the first one out, you're good. Then there's no like big, oh, what am I gonna do for the first video? And then it's just your second video. My version of that is usually to just go meta right away. So like my first blog post was like, this is a blog post about me writing a blog post, which is, it's never going to be the best post ever, but it's just like a way to get something out as the very first thing that you do. So again, this one is going to be a video about making a video and about making a first video where you just sit down and you talk to the camera. And so I think that's great for a first video and maybe for a couple more videos if you really want to. But so we have this. On Twitter, we talk about, a lot of people are talking about like everyone make YouTube channels, which I think is great, and just like turn on your camera. This is just my phone, and the only thing besides the phone is that I got this mic because the phone mic sounds terrible. But you just get one that they're really cheap on the internet. They just plug into your phone, and then so you don't need anything particular. You don't need it. You can just make the video without it, but it will sound terrible, maybe. Well, unless you're in like a nice room. I don't know that much about it. But so yeah, I think this is a good way to go for first couple videos. But I also think that there's like a missing. It feels like it's very narrow in terms of the breadth of what you can do with videos, and I think that there's a distinction between like being super perfectionistic, which I don't think is necessarily worth it until you've done like 100 videos. I think that is definitely like a reasonable approach, is to do like, you want to do 100 like kind of throwaway videos before you get to like, oh, it has to be perfect. But I don't think that editing your video or doing a visual effect for fun or doing like, I think there's a lot of things that you can do that will that are interesting to learn, and you can just do them, and it doesn't have to be, oh, it's going to take me a month to make a video. You can still make a video in an hour or whatever, right? But if you can also try some of this other stuff. So that's going to be my next video, is going to be sort of illustrating how you can make a video. And it's sort of like just like a train of thought video like this one, but it doesn't have to be just like a static camera and you're just sitting there talking to the camera, because like I said, that I have a hard time watching those videos. Like I have to be in a very particular state of mind, and like, because even if it's like a friend's video, and I like that my friends make videos and I like to watch them, but when it's just like this, it's very, yeah, you have to be very focused. It doesn't like pull you along. Like, and also like a lot of my friends are really good writers and speakers, and so it feels like, I don't know. And yeah, I feel like there's like a lot of storytelling that you can do. I don't know. There's a lot that you can do. So like the thing is that this is really good practice for speaking, because it's like very close to real life speaking, because you just leave the camera running and you just keep talking, and that's great. So I think it's like great for that, and I should probably keep doing these because it's good practice for that. Yeah, but I also want to practice the other thing, and I don't think you don't have to have a script, right? Like if you're going to do an edited video, you don't have to script it. You can still just sit down and talk to the camera. You can just like move from place to place, right? Like you can have some interesting transitions and something because it's a video. It's not just a podcast. I think you can just do a podcast, right? You could do a visual podcast. Maybe just call it a podcast, right? Like if you're going to just make a video like this, you call it a podcast, because like all the podcasts also have video, right? But so you just do there's a one person podcast, right? So this is, I could say this is a podcast episode. This is Pre-Wrap Podcast episode 1. I don't know. So we've been going for a while. I think that's probably enough. So again, I'm going to do another video that will be kind of the same content as this video. It'll just look different and have maybe more stuff going on, but not too much more stuff. And I also want to make it today. So it's to illustrate the idea of it doesn't have to be a whole thing to make the video, just try these other things that you can do in the space of making videos. And I have a couple effort videos that I eventually want to make. I just think it makes sense to do the I don't want to say low effort, but just like the stream of consciousness type video, right? So there's a stream of consciousness just talking, and then I think you can add in more other things to your stream of consciousness. Like I could just pause the video and then keep talking somewhere else, which I think would be interesting. But I'm not going to for this one because this one is just the one shot. But I think that's it. Okay, we'll see you later.